أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bissmillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to today's video blog. Bismillah. Brothers and sisters, today's topic is very, very important. It deals with a very sensitive issue inside this country and around the world. This sensitive issue deals with sterilization, the quiet genocide. When you see the word sterilization, you don't think genocide. But how do us Muslims evaluate this subject is the question. Sterilization is a genocide. Sterilization is horrific. Sterilization is defined as a process that takes away the fertility from a fertile individual, making them infertile or unable to reproduce. Now, what do I mean? How does it go beyond sterilizing for medical reasons? Sterilization in this country has a history. Stay tuned. You see, in this country, USA, they will pay to sterilize a woman versus paying for the woman to feed her children. In this country, they will pay for the process to cut your tubes so you can't have no more babies rather than feed your babies. And then they say, we're the ones with the problems. That doesn't make sense. There's babies that are hungry and they can take that money to feed these children in the country, but instead they choose to take away a woman's fertility. Well, let's look at sterilization. What is it? What is the process? Sterilization is the removal of the fallopian tube. And it also takes all the adjacent blood vessels out of a woman, which hinders essential hormones. You have what's called PTSS, which is post-tubal sterilization syndrome. Which, you see, if you take away my hormones as a man, I won't have a deep voice. I may not get muscles. If you take away estrogen for a woman, it takes away some of her femininity and other elements. Hormones are essential to every human being. Well, can I tell you a personal story so we can bring this home, brothers and sisters? My mother, I'm the oldest of 10 children. Could you tell me how many times the doctor has told my mother that she should be sterilized? That's right. My mother has told me countless amounts of times that the doctors have told her that she should be sterilized or she would die. See, they wrongfully assumed that Allah doesn't take care of the believers and their offsprings. They wrongfully assumed that my mother was poor and unable to provide for all the children. And based upon that, they told her about a state-aided program through the numerous amounts of programs like Planned Parenthood, etc., through the welfare agencies. Alhamdulillah, she ignored the request of the doctors. That's why I have brothers and sisters here today. Each one of my brothers and sisters are a blessing. And just think, there was some doctor who arbitrarily thought of a concept to tell my mother not to have those children. This is what we call forced sterilization, the quiet genocide. Fertility is the right of the woman. Well, you need to know that it's systematic and it picks certain individuals and it overlooks other individuals. Black women are sterilized twice as much as white women in the United States. In 1964, 64% of all the sterilization that happened on the East Coast, 64%, all of those were black women. This came during a very racist time of America's history. And we are still in a stage of America's racism with the rise of immigration and the rise of the Muslim population. Believe it or not, brothers and sisters, in your local hospital, there is an African-American Muslim woman who the doctors are forcing for her to sign on the dotted line for forced sterilization. So this is when we get to the Islamic opinion. Islam is against any institution or doctor who will compel or coerce our sisters to become sterile. Islam is against that practice. This is not a decision of a doctor, nor the state, nor the United States of America, or any agency in this country. Let's understand the intersections, the intersectionality of race, religion, and power and perspective, as well as economic level. They affect who has children and who does not have children. But be aware, this is a racist campaign that is promoted through agencies in the government, as well as the eugenics program, which is something that you may have to look up on your own. When it comes to sterilization, globally, we know that poor people are always encouraged to become sterilized or to use some form of contraceptives. This is even in lands where the people themselves own the land. These are campaigns that are put upon the indigenous people around the world. Completing this short video blog, I'd like to first and foremost say to everyone, please be aware of the unique situations and conditions that we live in the United States as Muslims. Sterilization is something that is very, very dangerous, and it eliminates the population strategically in order for government campaigns and protocols to be met. Today, brothers and sisters, I stand here to tell you about sterilization, the quiet genocide. Oh, Allah, forgive me for anything that I've said that was wrong. I only wish to speak the truth. Brothers and sisters, be aware. If you have any comments on this issue or need more information, as you know, you're more than welcome to contact me at your convenience. Inshallah, I greet you with the most eloquent greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.